They will go for Smolder anyway. Now, Syndra is not exactly this super hard lane bully that she used to be. It's not like 2017 Syndra or whatever. Much of her power has been shifted more to her mid game and her late game. Especially in a situation where he'll be looking to burst down one target very quickly. And it's also important to note that Chomo's running Augment, not Aftershock or Guardian in this lane. Let me just put everyone in the order they are supposed to be in real quick. Yep, I think that's correct. GGL, moving as a unit. Trying to take pushing 30 by surprise, but Inti should be able to spot them in time. Though the way he's positioned, maybe Chomo will look for a hook and that actually lands the lollipop. The infamous fresh lollipop that did not look like it would land, but it landed nevertheless. And it's first blood for GGL. Unfortunately, it goes on to Chomo, but with that kill, I mean, boost of speed is not... It's something. It does help if you're a support player. No summoners burned on either side as well, so we're basically starting the lane with almost a clean slate here. Now with Fleet and what I assume are Resolve runes here, Smolder should be able to hold his own in this matchup. Actually, he's not running Resolve, he's running Boots, and I think this is Triple Tonic. Nice hook from Chomo once again. Or it might have been Jack of all trades now that I think about it. I think that is more accurate. I don't really recognize all the runes by their icons, so you'll have to excuse me on that one. GGL easily getting level 2 in the bot lane and getting some nice damage and onto Talia as well. Granny Spanner already taking some punishment. He is in a position where it will be hard for him to respond with good trades onto Syndra if he just gets tagged by QE. We'll have to see how he does inside of his lane. As I was saying, another one of these combos and Granny Spanner is already dangerously low inside of mid. Unfortunately for him, Sion is not one of those champions that will go for early ganks. So he should be fine for now. But we're getting to a point where just one combo could actually spell his doom, and it's just one more auto that's needed. Granny Spanner getting solo killed dangerously early into this laning phase. And this is exactly what I was talking about. Johnny G is not a mid laner that you should take lightly. Granny Spanner learns his lesson in a brutal fashion. It's a very important kill for GGL. If Syndra ends up in a position where she's very much accelerated, that could really give pushing 30 problems inside of a mid game. Cooper moving towards the second Skull Crab. Looks like he will be able to secure both. EGL don't really seem to worry about that all that much. Another combo from Granny Spanner. He's using E aggressively as well, just trying to get some damage on the table. But now he has to be very careful, like, about how he plays to this laning phase. Oh, Good flip, though, from T-Zums. That will force the flash from George Meister. I thought the play was over, but they actually found the disdain range. And it's a pretty successful gank overall from pushing 30 on the other side of the map. Now Brandivar looks like he is already going through his second camp rotation. And both junglers will be pathing towards that bottom side once again. Not a lot that Inti can do the way things are going. Oh, that's interesting. Brandivar actually paths towards the top side of the map. And he will force the flash out of T-Zums. I did not think that T-Zums was in danger in this spot necessarily, but I guess better safe than sorry. Brandivar did have red buff still. Inti makes his way towards mid, trying to make Johnny G back off a little bit. But this will be a continued struggle for the Smolder. The QE's not landing the way they were before, though. Granny's Banner is avoiding a lot of that damage that would put him probably around 50% HP right now. Now the bot lane has had their recalls. Sion is close by. What will be the decision-making process around this dragon, you have to think. Inti Winti with a nice knock-up onto the flick from the Talia. And just like that, Oswald forced to use his barrier and potentially also forced to use his flash. Chomo is going to hook one member of Pushing 30, also using the Flay, but the tower will not assist. It was a very good force for Pushing 30. They actually burn both sums on Aphelios, which is very important. Could be something that they get to punish later down the line. There will be no dragon take just yet. Actually, Trundle using Ghost, trying to run Sion down here. Scatter the Weak will stop him. Granny Spanner still putting out damage. Brandivar forced to flash, and it's straight onto Dragon for Pushing 30 after the GGL jungler was forced out. Brandivar will just have to settle for his topside camps. Good proactive play here from Pushing 30. Now, there are still some problems that they will have to take care of in this game, but getting this first dragon is certainly a big help. Especially when the mid lane is looking like this. Johnny G is still very much in control, and he might just get a solo kill once again here. Fate of Warfare goes to GGL. Johnny G with a second solo kill in this game. It's not looking pretty for Granny Spanner right now. That Syndra's probably coming back with Ludens very soon. Ludens or Blackfire Torch, I'm not exactly sure what it's going to be, now that I think about it. And I've just heard Brandivar use his ult. I don't think that was intentional, by the way. I do not think you use ult to make your clear faster. I don't know. I don't think you use your ult to clear Gromp 3 seconds faster, but maybe there's some Sion jungle tech that I'm not privy of. Good smite on the scuttle from Cooper. It's a hook from Chomo, and he actually pulls Oswald in. Oswald has white red, so he's very dangerous right now. Pushing 30 definitely don't want to fight. And Granny Spanner is just going to it might just get worse from here for him because he doesn't have Merc Treads inside of his lane. He has no real defensive stats. He has no movement speed to move away from his Syndra combos. Like, every time he tries to walk up for CS, he has to eat one of Syndra's abilities, or maybe even more. Once again, forced to recall. No TP to speak of. A lot of good damage now from GGL as well. Outlaw very low. Inti Winty also half HP. Pushing 30, getting pressured pretty much in every area of the map right now. Every single lane is being put under tower. What a hook from Chomo! This could be a kill for GGL once again. Chomo's tanking the tower, but I don't think GGL mind all that much. Inti Winty even forced to flash, afraid of Aphelios sniping him on the back end. And GGL get another crucial kill as their carries continue to get more gold. Brandavar actually surprising Cooper inside of a brush. I don't think he was expecting this one. Unstoppable Onslaught also CCing him. Oswald will get 2 kills here surely as Brandavar leaves the kill to his ADC. It's a double for Oswald. Tragedy strikes inside of mid lane as pushing 30 almost lose another. Inside of bot lane, I should say, but there was another tragedy about to about to occur in the mid lane as well. It's just going from bad to worse in this early game. It was a really intelligent move from Brandavar as well. Hiding inside of a brush, expecting Unks to try and make an aggressive move onto their AD carry who was isolated without their support. And GGL are in a position where they could easily run away with this game. Now Unks actually trying to fight for these grubs, but I don't know if this is the right spot to be in. Now Johnny G is a little bit late to the party. Chomo is behind. It's a little bit of an awkward positioning for GGL, but they can just fight with their Syndra. I think they should easily be able to turn this one around. It's a good flick from Outlaw though, and he's right in the thick of things. Unks want to get on top of him. Does Syndra have Scatter Weak to stop them in time? The answer is no. GGEL not quite ready to contest these grubs. Unks showing a lot more proactivity inside of his fight and getting rewarded for it. Inti Winty going in, trying to finish off a jungler with Electrocute. He will be able to do so, but it's a trade of kills. Chomo now trying to interrupt, pushing 30 as they are busy with taking the grubs. T-Zum's flashing over the wall to escape the Death Realm, but it's still a little bit awkward. Chomo going for T-Zums, but he's right in the middle of the Unks team, and the kills just keep coming for Unks. It's 4 kills, I believe, in this whole sequence as Unks just completely run away with his fight. Now, they do pay the price in the end because Aphelios is getting so much free time inside of his bot lane. Now, you have to wonder, GGL, they could have just taken it easy. With the Aphelios having so much pushing power onto the turret, they could have just said, you know what, let's stall, let's give Aphelios some more time. But they have taken the fight instead. They have suffered the consequences for it. It's a good lantern from Johnny G, saving the mid laner just in time, who was flashless and definitely dead if not for that ability. Now GGL have to slow down a little bit, but they might just be able to punish Alistar here as he has to come back in and try to at least kill the Syndra. Now Oswald in a little bit of trouble. He flashes in though. He has the Chakrims and he just unloads onto the Smolder and the Trundle. So much power inside of his white gun, and GGL just stopped the fight completely with Oswald's Collector Spike. They finally played around their ADC and they got rewarded fully for it. They're going to take the fight convincingly. They're going to take the Ocean Drake as well. And we're back where we left off here with GGL once again blowing up this gold lead. Punk's still in so much trouble. The Syndra is still in a very comfortable spot, you have to say, because we're not really seeing any Merc Treads purchases. Against the Syndra or the Thresh, Johnny G playing really far forward, really confident in his abilities, also having the cover of his teammates right behind him. Yeah, like I was saying, any kind of Merc Treads purchase would actually make life harder for both the Syndra and the Thresh. Choma going in for a big hook onto Granny Spanner, but is way too far forward. All he really has is the assist from Euphelios, but he is not able to assist because it was just a 2v3 inside of the GGL tower, and that is not where you want to fight. But it's good news once again for GGL as Johnny G just blows up Outlaw in the side lane. So the carries for GGL continue to get stronger, but I think the supporting cast for GGL has to play a little bit more cautiously. Now GGL, given what happened around the map, they will be able to take down the Herald, but Johnny G, that's poor positioning. Your team was doing Herald and you're just stuck in the side lane without your support. Even with your flash, there was no way he was going to be able to get away, and now Oswald just trying to hit mid lane tier 1! But there's no Thresh to help you out with the Lantern, there's no jungler, we're just hitting mid tier 1 and dying for it. And Outlaw is taking a lot of shutdown gold. DGL once again playing fast and loose, playing very weirdly on the map right now, getting killed left, right, and center. But they might just get some kills in reply here, as now it's Unks that actually overextend for some hits on the mid lane tier 1. Brandavar will probably... No, actually he gets interrupted. He can't take the Lantern. Granny Spanner gets kill number 2. And Unks are still in this, showing signs of life. But you could argue DGL is helping them out quite a bit. It's certainly not the cleanest of games. Right now, we're kind of just trying to figure out who can throw harder. It's a good pillar from Oswald. Lantern, will it take Oswald to safety? Inti Winty was not in range to land his combo. So GGL are just fine, but once again, they are contesting mid lane prio without much help from any of their teammates. I think the fact that Syndra is not really present inside of a lot of action that is happening around the map for GGL is hurting them quite a bit. Well, we have a little Merc Treads update, and Inti Winty actually has Merc Treads purchased on his Alistar. It's a big death realm for George Meister here, and he's just going to straight up solo kill T-Zums. Just like that, with Riley's Crystal Scepter, Urgot not able to create enough distance to keep himself alive. Now, what does that mean for a dragon? It's 30 seconds until that one spawns. George Meister has his TP. No ult, though. What does GGL want to do this? Want to do with this information? Do they keep George Meister in the top lane and try to go for some tier 2 damage? Chomo face checking, coming in way too close, but it's a good combo. It's a good combo from Johnny G. Inti Winty trying to go for a Syndra here. But George Meister TP is forced out. T-Zums still has a teleport of his own. This is definitely not over. We will see a potential retake from Unks. They will definitely try to stop this GGL Dragon from happening. Johnny G is split inside of the fight, and they go straight onto Oswald. He will just get bursted down instantly. The Dragon goes the way of GGL, but now they have to just try and save who they can. It's a double kill for Outlaw as the fight ends. GGL gets some of, Unks gets some of the spoils, they get some of the gold. They lose the Dragon, but the Atacon has just spawned. It's very fortunate timing for this pushing 30 squad, and as they will be able to probably just take this Atacon more or less uncontested. The Unleashed Power does kill Urgot though. Trundle dangerously low, Chummo coming in, but there's no real support from any of his teammates. Syndra's zoned out. Trundle's dead though. The Smolder secures the Atacon with the last bit of his damage. This was really, really close for Unks. They could have been punished so much harder, but they get away with this objective. Another hook from Chomo, but where's Johnny G? I guess Johnny G is not needed. Granny Spanner just gets killed on his own by Chomo. Chomo, no fear whatsoever. Now the Lantern is going to help Johnny G close some distance, but the Alistar ultimate will deny that kill. And GGL, they are so fired up this game. Absolutely raring to fight pretty much all the time. But this is coming with its own brand of consequences. There have been many instances where GGL just got straight up punished for their carelessness around the map. Uh-oh. It was a good Weaver's Wall from Outlaw, denying Brandivar the kill. It would have certainly been Outlaw's demise there if he doesn't use that ult. T-Zum's trying to escape Johnny G, but yeah, he will be able to make it out, but he has no magic resist right now. And the same can be said for a jungler. The same can be said for the pushing 30 mid laner. There's just not a lot of magic resist for Unks overall. So it's both the Syndra and the Aphelios right now that are legitimate damage threats. Oh, it's a smart pick right now for GGL. They catch T-Zums unawares. Base checking his own jungle. No assistance from his teammates, and Johnny G lands another kill. This will not result in any major objective being taken down, but any kind of extra gold that you can put onto your Syndra is very much appreciated. And GGL continue to run this map right now. Inti's taking so much damage. The upgraded Force of Will on the Syndra is definitely doing a lot of work right now. Am I seeing a Cyrilda's Grudge second from Brandivar? What is he building? I'm pretty sure those are Cyrilda's Grudge components. What is this man up to? It's not like Scion doesn't have slows in his kit. Anyway, we'll leave that one for later. Granny Spanner has been through a lot this game, but he is slowly approaching a point where he will become a threat that GGL will have to reckon with. Getting closer to that 225 stacks breakpoint. Not quite there yet, but getting there. probably a few more minutes until he reaches that threshold. The dragon has just spawned. GGL are in a very good position. And we've already seen what happens to Unks if they decide to face check a brush. And right now, Unks, yeah, they decide not to poke the bear this time. It will not be a dragon contest. It's sole point for GGL, as they are still in the driver's seat. So as we've seen multiple times this game, it's definitely a possibility that Unks could turn this game around inside of a team fight if GGL are not careful. Oh, it's a pick straight onto Johnny G. Does he have flash to get away? He does use it, but he can't escape the flick. The Urgot ult misses, but I don't think it's going to matter. Johnny G actually, Scout of a Week, is going to create distance. Unks can't kill him. They completely fumble the play on the bot lane. They don't even get their man, and now it's GGL straight onto the Baron. Cooper is here, but will GGL let Cooper inside of a Baron pit? The answer is no. Choma with the great peel onto the Trundle. Trundle pops goes, but he can't even get a sniff of the Nasher. And GGL make a very nice play on the map. They will lose mid-tier 1 for it, but surely that is worth it, given what happened overall on the map. It's a huge win for this team that is still trying to make it to playoffs as a last-ditch effort. They are certainly defending the second half team allegations right now. Inti Winty looking for a potential flank onto Johnny G, but he's just getting completely burst down by the Syndra and the Thresh. Now Sion goes for a very cheeky tower dive onto the towers, but I guess it's 1 kill for Unks right now, but that's all they're gonna get. They lose 2. They lose Trundle and Alistar. Sion went in for a little bit of a kamikaze play, but I guess it didn't matter. It's a big swing for GGL once again, as they are able to just push straight down mid lane. They will get this inhibitor without much of an issue. Pushing 30, struggling pretty much all game. They are still putting their faith in the Smolder, but can he actually make it work? He took this wave, and now he finally has the 225 stack breakpoint. But the carries on the other side are just still, they feel so much stronger in comparison. It's a minute 30 until the next dragon spawns. Unks have to be so careful when it comes to walking into areas where they don't have vision. Syndra with Ludens, Shadow Flame, upgraded Sork Shoes, and Rabadons. We're finally seeing magic resist from the Urgot, but Trundle still has no magic resist to speak of. Smolder, no magic resist. Talia, no magic resist. This Syndra is still hitting like a ton of bricks. The problems for Unks continue to persist. It really feels like GGL are just one more step away from winning another game. Making a big late run for playoffs. And putting Fennec and friends, who are now still in 6th place, they will be under a lot of pressure going into week 7. Brandavar taking a flick to the face, but it will not matter. Fresh Lantern saves the day once more. Pushing 30 now face checking as 5 making their way into the river. Johnny G, not in the best of positions, actually split away from his team. He's looking for stray scatter of weeks onto pushing 30. That is actually enough to scare them off. GGL have gotten a little bit of space, but I feel like it would be better if Johnny G was actually with his team. The flash is forced by Unks. They still are playing a little bit apprehensive, which is understandable. Now Johnny G is with his team, which is much preferable positioning. Frontline tries to approach. Smolder ult comes out. It's a hook onto Smolder, but there's no real follow-up from GGL. Can GGL play front to back now? Viafelios ult is not enough. They will secure the dragon. Mountain Soul goes to GGL. George Meister in the Death Realm now comes out of it. It's another casualty for GGL. Granny's Patter walks way too far forward, and he just dies to the QR from Syndra. They had vision all this time. Granny Spanner once again blown up by the Syndra damage. We have definitely seen that a few times this game. And now GGL pushing once again, trying to take down some turrets. Is T-Zums with a flank, but it's Oswald with white guns. How can you possibly hope to kill this guy fast enough? Outlaw was really hoping to find something, but this reeks of desperation from Unks. They are really trying to turn this one around. Trying to pull every trick in the book they know of, but nothing is working right now. The gold lead continues to grow bigger and bigger as this Syndra now also has Seeker's Arm Guard. So now there is some CC she can possibly avoid if she presses that Arm Guard in time. Another objective. And it's another area that Unks have to face check. No real vision on their side. The last ward they had on the Baron Pit is now deleted, but what a hook from Chomo as GGL force another fight. And Unks are not really ready to fight back. Granny Spanner is now on the case, but he's so far away from his team and he will die just like Outlaw did a few moments ago. And GGL, are they actually happy with just taking down the Baron, or will they try to make a push for the base? It's big death timers on 3 members of Unks. It's just Urgot and Alistar defending the base. I'm 99% sure at this point that this is over. GGL are about to move to 4 and 8 in the standings. Alistar trying to force something, but there's no damage. There's no hope for Unks to defend any of their structures. Good game, Easy Life have done it once again.